Hello, and welcome to my very first Kerbal Space Program episode. So, as you can see, I'm in career mode, and I have just started out here. Everything's at level 1. And I already accepted my contracts. So, yeah. Anyways, now time to actually build a spacecraft. And I accidentally made this be a different variant, but it does not matter whatsoever. So I go put the Mark 16 parachute on top, and then the fully solid fuel booster on the bottom. Then I'm gonna get 2 mystery goo containment units, and I'm gonna fix my staging, and then launch. So, yeah, this is my rocket. Now I'm gonna fly it. So, yeah, I'm gonna do my science right now to get some science because I need science as career mode. It's not like sandbox mode where you don't need science. And I'm gonna also turn on 4x speed. And then wait till I start going up. And then and I'm gonna adjust the settings. I don't care if this means it will take longer. So, now that I'm on the ground, I'm going to run my other mystery goo science experiment. I'm going to do a career report and get my Kerbal on EVA to do an EVA report. And I'm going to board again. So, now I'm going to recover my craft. Now I got 18.9 more science, and I have 29 science now. And I also got some money back. Not like I care that much, but whatever. And now I'm gonna go use my science, specifically to get some more of the stuff on the bottom path. That's because that stuff has a lot of science, because the bottom path is mainly science. So, also I need to get some stuff on the top path so I can go further. Not be quite so confined to Kerbin's lower atmosphere. And I can upgrade this if I want to place flags and disembark off of Kerbin. And also get more Kerbals, but I don't really care enough for that. I don't really have anything I can upgrade that I can care about, but I guess I'll just not upgrade anything. Keep my money for making rockets. So now I actually have more contracts. But a lot of these, I don't really like the ones where I have to go to a specific zone. But the testing the fully solid fuel booster is pretty easy, so I'll do it. Also, escape the atmosphere. And now I'll build a rocket that can actually go escape the atmosphere. Anyways, so I'm going to make the craft to be able to go to be able to escape the atmosphere. So I'm going to do a similar thing to my last craft for this, but I'm going to add 2 drogue chutes to the side of my craft so that I can slow down from higher speeds. And I'm also going to add an actual service bay to help protect the science components so that they don't get too hot and explode. Also, I have to add a heat shield to make my entire craft not explode. So now time for me to place my science experiments in the rocket. So if I go to science, you can see that I have way more science experiments. And for some reason, I can't place them in here. Maybe I'll place the heat shield in afterwards, IDK, if that's other problems. Okay, it turns out that's what was causing my problems. So I'm just gonna bring 2 of every science experiment. So, yeah. And I'm gonna just close the doors there. And now I have to add a decoupler here, because otherwise the mass of this craft will be too heavy for the parachutes. Now I'm going to make a second stage, which is what will get me to space. So I'm just going to use 3 of these FLT100 fuel tanks and use a swivel engine, which is the only liquid fuel engine I have. Now I'm going to put another decoupler, and I'm basically going to just copy this stage again, except I'm going to remove this decoupler and make there be 6 fuel tanks here. And I will also add some external boosters, the flea-stall fuel boosters. I'm going to add 4 of them to the side. And I'm also going to put some fins on them. So I'm going to check my staging and also see that I have too many parts. So to solve that, I'm gonna cut down on I'm just gonna remove the mystery goo science experiments entirely and make it so there are only 3 boosters here. Now I don't have too many parts, but I also realize that I should probably upgrade the vehicle assembly building. Anyways, now I'm gonna launch my rocket. Normally, for getting into space, you'd want to do a gravity turn, but normally when you get into space, it's for going into orbit. So you'd want to do a gravity turn, but since I'm not going into orbit, I'm just leaving the atmosphere. All I have to do is just go to space. I don't have to waste Delta V on a gravity turn. So now I'm gonna go fire up my engines and take off. Yeah, I didn't put decouplers on this, so I can't decouple my boosters because I don't have radial decouplers. I only have the inline decouplers. Once I get into the upper atmosphere, I'm going to run the science experiments because they give you more science the further away from Earth you are. So you can check to see if it's upper atmosphere, you're in Kerbin's upper atmosphere or lower atmosphere by just pressing the collect data environment, and it's just flying over, which means I'm in the lower atmosphere. Now I have to actually stage my rocket before it crashes back down. And yeah, now I did that. Yeah, my previous stage is falling, but I don't care about it. Yes, I could get more money if I covered it, but I can't because you can't switch vessels in the atmosphere. Missed opportunity for the KSP does, but Kerbal Space Program isn't being updated anymore, so I guess it will just never happen. Anyways, now it's time to run my science experiments because I'm in Kerbin's upper atmosphere. And if I go down here, I can look at maneuver mode and see that I will be getting into space. I will just boost up even further though, so then I have more time in space. Now I'm going to accelerate it to times 4 speed, and then just wait till I'm over 70 kilometers above sea level, because that's where space starts. Now I'm going to run the other 2 science experiments. Okay, it says override temperature scan, which means I already did that. So now I'm going to log the pressure data and log the temperature data. And I'm also going to run a crew report. Now, since I don't have anything else to do, I'm just going to deploy my previous stage, close the cargo bay doors, and time warp. Also, because I'm in space, I have more time warp options. So now I can time warp at higher speed. Okay, now I'm re-entering Kerbin. Re-entry is typically pretty hard. It's pretty hard in real life, but it's a video game, so yeah, things are different. In Kerbal Space Program, ablative heat shields are overpowered. So I don't really care about anything. Just because, like, my craft isn't getting hot at all. It's just the ablative heat shield that's getting hot. Now I should probably deploy my parachutes. And also, since the ablator isn't getting used up anymore, I don't even think any of it got used up in the first place, so it's kind of pointless, but whatever. Now I can jetson my heat shield. And turn on time for time warp, and just wait. It's literally waiting now. So, yeah. Now my drogue chutes have fully deployed. So I am just gonna cut them because I have my main parachute to actually slow me down for the landing. The drogue chutes were mainly just so that my main parachute could actually deploy because I was going pretty fast. So the drogue chutes slowed me down. Now that my main parachute's deployed, I literally can't do anything because I haven't upgraded the astronaut complex so that my Kerbals can disembark off of Kerbin's surface, so I have to wait now. Okay, so now that Jeb's on back at Kerbin's surface, now I can do an EVA report, and I can also take the data from the command pod and then reboard the spacecraft. And I can do a crew report. So then I can get a little more science. Now I'm just going to recover the spacecraft. And wait. And now I have 75 science. Yay. Now I'm just gonna research more stuff. And I should get general rocketry, so then I can get the same amount of stuff, but just with fewer parts. Now I have more contracts that I'm gonna accept, like the hauling a Mark 17 parachute into flight, Mark 16 parachute into flight above Kerbin. So basically, what I have to do is get into be in a specific altitude range and be in a specific speed in said range. So I'm gonna accept this contract, and I'm not gonna do that. But actually, I don't even have that part. I don't think I do, at least. The swivel engine, I think I can do that. Actually, I'm just gonna upgrade my mission control. And now I can accept more contracts. So.
Hello. What?
recording.
Oh, sorry.
Close the door. So, now I'm gonna go look at these other contracts, like testing the Thumper solid fuel booster, which is really easy. These ones are harder to do. Focused observational surveys. These ones are pretty, the tourist ones are pretty easy to do. I'm also gonna test the heat shield and flight over Kerbin. I'm also gonna test this decoupler because I'll unlock it soon enough. So, now I'm gonna go to the vehicle assembly building and I'm gonna just delete everything. So right now I'm just gonna test my Hammer solid fuel booster, which there's a cheat for, you can basically cheat it by just removing all the fuel because it just says you have to activate it. So I'm also gonna see if I have a radial decoupler and coupling. I do have it. Or I can just put one of these on my craft and I can put those in the same stage. And now I can launch it. Now I'm just gonna do that. And I have some more contracts completed. And so I can see my contracts here. For this one, yeah. Let's see. I have all of these. Yeah. Anyways, I'm just gonna recover this. Now I have tons of money. And I'm gonna go upgrade. I'm gonna go upgrade stuff. Like the astronaut complex. And I'm gonna look in the administration building. Now I can see all of this. I can see this. So I'm just looking through all the contracts right now and seeing if there's any ones that I actually like. I'm probably going to do the unpaid research program. I'm going to do 10% commitment here. So now I'm going to exit the strategy. Now I'm going to go to do my contracts. Now I'm putting all of these on so I can get the tourists here. So I need tons of command pods for the tourists. So I don't care that I have this unwieldy stack of command pods. It's fine. So I'm just gonna put a coupler on all of this. And I need parachutes. So I will put parachutes on here. And you all please, because the landing mass in my craft is going to be really heavy because of all the tourist Kerbals. They can't go on EVA. So, yeah. Anyways, now I'm going to build my rocket. Gotta do those three, and then I'm going to put the swivel engine. And I'm going to copy and paste this again. And then put 5 of those FLT200 tanks and put another swivel engine down here. I'm also gonna put 2 thumper solid fuel boosters here to give us even more thrust. I will put some aerodynamics on this, and now I think I'm ready to launch. I'm not trying to get science here, I'm just trying to complete the contract. So, now time to launch. And my craft is too heavy. I can save it and leave and see if I can upgrade my launch pad. And yes, I can. So that's great. Now I can actually launch it. So I'm basically gonna do a similar thing to last time because the Kerbals just need a suborbital trajectory. So yeah. I just got off like a lot. And I can turn on time for speed. Although I gotta be careful because that can happen. So I'm gonna revert flight to launch. I don't care if this feels like cheating. It's because, well, it kind of is, but whatever. I just revert the flight because, well, yeah, I don't want to kill Jeb. So now I'm going to do things the smart way and just put this on 2x speed. And just wait. I just have to keep doing this till I get into a suborbital trajectory. Down here is where my apoapsis is. The time to reach is locked because I haven't upgraded it. I don't know what upgrading gives you it. I don't really, like, this isn't my first world of Kerbal Space Program, but I don't play enough career to know this, so, yeah. Also, now that I am not trying to accelerate, now I can do times 4 speed. And I can wait till I'm at 70 kilometers and get Jeb on EVA, and then do an EVA report because I couldn't do that previously. And now that I have that, I can just save my parachutes and time warp. And time warp even more. I'm not accelerating, so times 4 is good. So now I just gotta do a descent. So I'm gonna quick save, so then I can reload it.
Hey, Jason.
Yeah, my brother was trying to talk to me. I'm busy though. And now I'm going too fast, but I can just burn to kill off some speed. Now we'll just call patience for land range 2, which is just going to be for stability. I am falling too fast right now, but I'll be able to fire my engine. Now I'm just going to put on ×2 speed and wait till I get closer to the ground. So I am currently 100 meters above the ground, and I'm going too fast, and my engine will break. So I'm just accelerating last second, and now I can recover my vessel. I have everything survived, and since I did this, I can get a little bit more money. So, yay. Anyways, I completed my Kerbal Space Program contract. Anyways, I'm going to go into mission control. I just clicked on that. I'm going to accept the orbit Kerbin. And I'm also gonna go to research and development and see what I can get. The only thing I can get here is stability. Everything else is too expensive, but it's fine. It lets me get the TT38K radial decoupler, the AVT71 winglet, and also nose cones. So, for orbiting Kerbin, what I'll do is I'll get the command pod. I'm not actually going to do science here. I'm just doing this to orbit Kerbin. So, I'm just going to do the basic reentry module. And now, I should put a decoupler on here first. So now I'm actually gonna build out my rocket. So I'm gonna put 2 of those fuel tanks there. Put the swivel engine here, which is a great top stage. Now I'm gonna do the same thing with 4 fuel tanks. And I'm gonna put a 3rd stage here, like that. And I'm gonna have it have 6 fuel tanks. Let's see how many. So I can see how many parts I have down here, and I have 23 out of 40, which means I have 7 left. So I'm gonna put 3 of the thumper boosters. And I'm also going to put nose cones on them. So, yeah. Actually, I'm just going to put 2 of these on here. So then I can put fins. So, I have 27 out of 30 parts. It means I can put 3 fins on here. So I can do that. Actually, I'll put a third one on here. And now I'll fix my staging problems. My very, very, very bad staging. Yeah. So, now I'm gonna put my rocket on the launch pad. I'm gonna quick save, and I'll launch my rocket next episode. This is under this episode because it's getting a little bit long for my standards, which will probably change in the future. IDK. Well, anyways, remember to like and subscribe.